Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Freaky Engineer. Topic of today's story is the price of success. This story revolves around the character Arjun, a young man chasing his dreams. Please be maintained with the story for an amazing ending. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for growing our channel. The price of success, Part 1. Arjun was just like any other young man, full of dreams, fire in his heart, and a belief that one day he would make it big. He came from a small town where opportunities were rare but ambitions were high. Even since he was a teenager, Arjun believed that success meant money, fame, and a high status life. He would often look at people driving luxury cars and say to himself, one day that will be me. His father was a simple school teacher and his mother ran a small grocery shop at home. They weren't rich, but they were happy. They believed that education, honesty, and kindness were the real wealth in life. But Arjun thought differently. For him, life was a race, and he had to win that race. So, after finishing college, he left for the city with a suitcase full of dreams and a heart full of hope. The city was fast, bright, and full of people who wanted the same thing as him, that is, success. Days turned into nights, and nights turned into endless work. He got a job at tech company, nothing special, but enough to start his journey. He worked harder than anyone else. In late nights, skipped meals, no holidays. His only focus was to rise. And he did. Within a few years, he became one of the youngest manager in the company. Money started coming in, promotions followed, and slowly the Arjun who once struggled to pay rent was now living in a sea view apartment. His parents were proud, but they barely saw him. Calls became shorter, visits became rarer. Whenever his mother called, he would say, Mom, I just too busy. I'll visit soon. And soon never came. Arjun had everything he once wanted: money, power, recognition. But deep down, something was missing in him. He didn't notice it then, but life was preparing to teach him something unforgettable. The Price of Success, Part 2. The Rise and the Cost. Years passed. Arjun's name had become a brand inside the company. He was the kind of man people admired: sharp, confident, and unstoppable. He bought a luxury car, invested in property, and he was featured in a business magazine once. Everyone said he was living his dream life. But Arjun didn't realize that the higher you climb, the lonelier it gets. His old friends stopped calling him. They said he was always too busy and was never available for them. His parents waited for his visits, but he never made time. There was always another meeting, another deal, another goal, and another targets for his work. He told himself, I am doing all this for them, that is, for his family. But deep inside, he knew he was doing it for all his satisfaction. One evening, while working late, Arjun got a call from an unknown number. It was from his hometown. A neighbor said softly, Arjun, your mother isn't keeping well. She's been asking for you. Arjun froze. It had been almost a year since he last saw her. He said, I'll come this weekend, but as usual, that weekend never came. Months later, on a rainy afternoon, Arjun received another call, this time from his father. There was silence on the line. Then his father said, in a trembling voice, your mother, Arjun, she is gone. Son, she is gone, son. You are late. The phone nearly slipped from his hand for a moment. Everything stopped. The office, noise, the typing, the rain outside, everything. He sat there frozen, staring at the glass window, and for the first time in years, he felt empty. He rushed back home, but it was too late. The house looked smaller, quieter, colder. Her chair was empty, her laughter was gone. In his childhood room, she saw a box. His mother had kept all his old letters, his school certificates, and photos. On top of them was a note written in her handwriting. I know you are busy, my son, but I still wait for your call every night. Arjun broke down after reading this. All his achievements, all his success were gone in vain, were named nothing at that moment. That night he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking, I'll earn everything, but lost the one who paid me to reach here. He realized success wasn't about money, it was about balance, it was about love, it was about gratitude, which I neglected over money. But this wasn't the end of Arjun's journey. Life had one more lesson for him, a twist that would change him forever. Price of Success Part 3. The Twist of Fate. After his mother's death, Arjun tried to go back to his usual life, meetings, targets, late nights, but something inside him had changed deeply. He still worked hard, but the fire felt different. It wasn't passion anymore, it was a guilt. He donated money to charity, helped others at work, but no matter what he did, that emptiness stayed with him. One day he got a call from his company's CEO, and he said, we are expanding internationally, Arjun. We want you to lead the new branches overseas for us. It was the biggest offer for his life. More money, more fame, and everything he once dreamed of. But his heart was silent with that emptiness. He looked at his father, now older, sitting quietly on the porch with a cup of tea. Arjun said, Dad, I got promoted. They wanted me to move abroad. His father smiled gently and said, I'm happy for you, son. Just make sure this time you don't lose yourself again and your loved ones around. Arjun left for his new job in another country, new office, in the new city with the new people around. But deep inside, he was no longer chasing the success. He was trying to find the meaning of all this. Then one morning he met a man in a small cafe. The man was around his mother's age, wearing simple clothes, reading a book. They started talking. The man said he once ran a big company but left it all to open a small charity for orphans. Arjun asked surprisingly, "You gave up everything?" The man smiled and said, "No, my boy, I gained everything. You only realize the value of life when you stop running after the things that can't love you back." Those words stuck deep in him. It was like his mother speaking through a stranger. That night, Arjun couldn't stop thinking about that man's word. He thought about his childhood. Now his mother used to wait for him. How his father still smiled through loneliness. How he himself had made a stranger to his own happiness. The next morning, he made a decision, one that would shock everyone. He resigned from that position, from that company, gave up his role. His boss tried to stop him, saying, "You are throwing away a golden career ahead." But Arjun smiled and said, "Maybe, sir, but I'm family man, and now I'm finally earning something that I lost long ago, my keys." He sold his apartment, moved back to his home country, and started a small learning center for the underprivileged kids. The same kind of dreamer the one he was. At first, it was hard. Less money, no luxury, no spotlight. But he was happier than ever. Every smile from those kids felt more valuable than any bonus he would have ever earned. One evening, while teaching a group of children, a little girl came up to him and asked, "Sir, why do you work so hard if you don't get that much in return from all this as compared to your previous work?" Arjun smiled and softly replied, "Because, little one, this time I'm not working for the things which I worked for before. This time I'm working for all yours happiness." Because that makes me feel alive. As the sun set behind him, Arjun looked at the sky and whispered, "Mom, I finally understand the success really means." He realized success isn't measured by what you achieve, it is measured by what you give, what you become, who you become, and how many hearts you have touched along this way. So, the moral of the story is true success isn't about climbing higher than others, it's about lifting others while you rise up. Don't chase a life that makes you rich, build one that makes your career and your personality as a whole. Sometimes in our journey to chase success, we forget that very people and the moments that make us feel alive. We run so fast towards the future that we leave behind the hurts that build our present. Arjun's story is a reminder that life is not just about becoming something big, but about something becoming someone good. Arjun's story is a reminder that life is not just about becoming something, but about becoming someone with a good heart. Take a pause, look around. Your parents, your loved ones, your dreams, they don't ask for your perfection, they just seek your presence. Work hard, yes. Chase your dreams, yes. But don't lose yourself in that process and your loved ones. Because one day when you finally reach the top, you'll realize the view means nothing if there's no one left to share it with. It. If the story touched your heart, share it with someone who's been working too hard, someone who might need this reminder. And remember, success fades, love remains. The true price of success is learning when to stop paying for it. Thank you.